big encounter between the team of Manchester City and Spurs, and countdown continues as January transfer window continues. As I had said, I am not alone in the studios of West Nile Television. I am together with the other two soccer pundits, that's Susie Linda and Owen Ezaga. Let me first introduce them. I start with Susie. Susie, you are most welcome. And what is up for weekend?
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, Benson. Good afternoon, Owen, our colleague, hosts and pundit in the house. Good afternoon, viewer out there. I should say you're most welcome. Whistle time 2 to 3, and today, like Benson had said, the house is fully packed and we are here. It's a Friday edition over there is a Whistle Time and 26th, and it happens to be a Liberation Day,
yes,
as some people call it, NRM Day, some people call it Museveni Day and all that. I should say from Whistle Time and West Nile TV, we wish you a very blessed and happy celebrations in the Liberation Day. A lot is coming through locally. The games today are 4th division. One is Niva will be playing. There is a game 4 p.m. Salim Saleh, and then Leo travels to Douala, there is in Pajulu. Those of us that are natives of Arua City, you probably should be knowing that and understanding that. Leo will be playing, there is a Mission FC. It is a match day 3, I think, and match day 2 for Niva, as a lot will be discussed in the minute to come.
Yes, I also have got Owen Ezaga. Owen, what will take up your weekend? Will it be the FUFA drum game?
Nothing takes up my weekend. What takes my weekend is that I'll be resting home. It's going to be a weekend for me, full of excitement, and probably one big thing I can say is that there is a challenge with the clubs. I'm so much disappointed in Leo for 1 or 2 reasons.
Yes,
we start very well and we don't finish very well, as of course people who are in the team. So I this time around want to say that Leo Football Club needs to style up.
Yes,
because the next time it's not. I thought that they would learn from their mistakes. The first season was the same, the second season also the same, and yet this would be the season. Maybe they could be in the big league or they could be in the top tier right now, because the ratio or the speed at which they started was very, very good. So which keeps their effort down. You know, you can't be in the same class for all this while and you think you're paying school fees, and paying the school fees causes you, you know, as a parent, you feel, wow, this is too much. So I want to say the people in the management this time around should style up.
Yes,
they should leave issues of forgery and make sure that these things work out their way. So that is the only thing that is there, but I wish the clubs the best. Of course, every club that is going to be playing. Today is a Liberation Day for us, and 38th of the Liberation, and of course the head or the guidance of that is His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Tibuhaburwa, who has been in this fight and battle for big. And one statement he said is that very soon Uganda is going to become a superpower, and that is one thing that I want to say, congratulate him for keeping Uganda peaceful for all these 38 years. I think it's been one of the biggest thing right there. And my weekend starts today, by the way. So after here, no one may see me. If I don't receive your calls, then just know I'm in my moods of the weekend.
Yeah, exactly upon the highlights Susie gave about the ongoing 4th Division League games in Arua City. So many things we actually promoted, teams like Mission Foundation, Niva Football Club, you talk about Tanganyika, Ombati Massacre, Airfield, not forgetting about a team from that side of Abi. These are the newly promoted sides into Arua City 4th Division League. And also there will be a very big encounter, not football. Come this evening, it will be a game, a friendly game in boxing between Arua City Boxing Club and UPDF. And I have got a special guest from the side of Arua City Boxing Club. In the second half of the show, we'll be discussing entirely about what is transpiring at the camp of Arua City Boxing Club. Let's kickstart our discussion with what is happening within the country and narrow it within the region. Arua Hill Sports Club yesterday had a game in the round of 64 of Stanbic Uganda Cup. Unfortunately, they were not only beaten but they thrust by a team Zambia. The game ended by 3-0. In relation to that, Arua Hill Sports Club together with the Mbara City, they have temporarily been removed from the second round of the Start Times Uganda Premier League fixtures. But let's kickstart with what happened yesterday between Arua Hill Sports Club and Zambia, where they lost the game by 3-0. Owen.
Yeah, it's the Uganda Cup that we're looking into, and clubs already showing what exactly they need to do. I very thought Arua Hill Sports Club would not honor this game, but God willingly 10 players that honored the game, and you did see what exactly happened. I think it was a very good one for me. After quite a long time, after different says here and there, after the challenges, they have first laid them aside. I remember last season they also kicked off in I think this group same stage that really did not go well. We're now waiting for the rest of the clubs, but I think it is never to give up right now until when the last nail is hit on the coffin. So that is the spirit I've loved with the Arua Hill Sports Club, that even if they are 7, they will still play for you. That shows how devoted, how of course they love, and how loyal the clubs, the players are to the club, whether into the hardship or this. But now one thing is that why are the owners not coming out to talk louder? Yes. And that is one thing now I'm asking myself for, because Arua Hill Sports Club really needs we need to know. The former president said that he sold the club it was 6 months ago. By then, this should be now 7 or 8 months. But who is now the current owner of the club? And we did see the last time it was said that it is Adam Lematia and Mbabazi crossed away. This is something I don't want to repeat myself onto every time. But now the thing is, Arua Hill is a club that is playing in Germany. We have seen the academy team that is to say it is called Sunday Dynamic that is there. Sunday is in Central, around I think going to Seta, going to the sides of Ginger, and that's where Sunday is. I've ever been in that area. It's okay, people call it a city, but of course it's a small village that side also, I should say. Now you look at all this. It gives you an impression. It gives you, if you have the vision, you look into what exactly is the club going to do. How is the club heading? Because I would say right now Onduparaka Football Club is attached to Oasis Primary, that is near, and it is in Arua City, that is where they're going to have the academy. Arua Hill is saying they have in because that place should be in Seta area. Arua Hill is saying they have Sonde as their academy. So when the games come and you're going to play home games, are the boys or the academy team going to travel from Sunday to Jumani Parade Stadium to play their game? That gives you some statement that maybe this club may not have their games here at Parade with the time to come. Because if your academy is that side and this is where you want to identify the talent, are you going to, are they going to ask also, are they going to hire for a space to be playing for the academy, maybe in the central land, then play their home games here? Those are some of the things. Yes. But reports have it, normally that they are looking to shift from that is from here to Kampala or Lugazi. We yet to know, because there's no formal information. The newly appointed CEOs had said that they are working on this to appeal, and the appeal date I think has elapsed. They're supposed to appeal. If it has not elapsed, they are going to appeal, I guess, because they have participated in the Uganda Cup. That shows that they are still going to push. Last time also, where in the first round, they were also not there included in the fixtures, but later on appealed, and of course they were worked on the license. That is for Arua Hill because of a few things, and their issues because of the CEO. That is the biggest thing, because they need to fulfill. Now, if because they had said they had appointed a CEO, if the CEO is that, then what should be the issue? We just saw Ndeje that he also ran out and said they may not return for the game in the big league because they don't have the finances. That is one thing that is there. But all in all, we are looking into, I think, Arua Hill Sports Club has still an opportunity to push in there. Two, they just need to come with the right structure yet again, because who is the owner? Who, if they are the owners, are ABCD? Because what I know, I may not put it publicly, but what I know is one thing that is still keeping Arua Hill in this manner, because of a few things. But already the rumors of taking the club away from here is one thing. That's why yesterday I came onto my social handles and I'm like, I think West Nile football managers or football managers in this region need to come up with a football symposium to the West Nilers, so that it is very well put that this is what we need to put. If you enter into football, look at this football as a business. Look at it this, so that the people who know about the football itself come and give us or teach us what the football is all about. But if you're going to say because Susie has her money, she wants the club, and we want to put in there without understanding the football, it's what is happening right now in our clubs. Onduparaka stayed for 7 years, 8, they're also going down. But just look at the owners also lost hope when the club jumped back. I want to say, I want to give great thanks to one of the person who understands football. Mujib Kasule has been a footballer and he knows what football is. You look at Proline Football Club is, I should say, one of the leading academy product club that is in the country.
True.
But Mujib has never given up. Brings up players in Proline, brings Proline even to Super League, the top tier, and at last they also may be relegated and still goes back and works with the team, brings them back. It's not the first time Proline has been relegated, but they have always come back. So I think that is what we need to come, and I would call upon the Mike Lettys, I would call upon the Ariga Rasuls, I would call upon a lot of stakeholders. Let's have a stakeholders symposium, football symposium, so that people know that football is A, B, C, D. If that is not going to be the case, trust me, West Nile in the next few years may not have any club in Uganda's top tier leagues. Talk about the FUFA Big League, talk about the StarTime Uganda Premier League. Our level shall be history. We shall remain in the history books that we had this. Just like how right now the Idiofa Hills, people fear them that side, they talk about, but they are defunct. Arua Central, you've mentioned. So those are some of the things we need to do, but it should be for the entire West Nile, not only Arua, because the West Nile is not Arua City, it's not Avura, it is not Koboko. Let it be a bigger thing that for me I'm advocating for. So that's the reason, but I think it was, you would see it that Arua Hill would lose such a game.
Yes.
Nsambia is a regional league team, that is that side, maybe even a 4th division team in Nsambia. So it has become one of the biggest, and it's not that Arua Hill could not win the game. They are losing because the focus, the mind is already disturbed, and we need a mindset change in every other footballing activity in West Nile. That's when we are going to be having the best out of this. But if not, trust me, very many clubs will come and they will die. They will come, they will not sustain. Looking at it as a business, looking at how we can make business out of these clubs, how we can get the business, because you need the right people, you need the people who can bring the business to the club. So I think that is one thing I've given it lengthy because of the pain that I'm having for clubs in West Nile, clubs like Arua Hill. We thought now this is going to be the time, but see where they're going. So I believe we're really doing that, but Uganda Cup still continues. Don't get surprised, even clubs still being ejected.
There are, by the way, a lot of clubs that were ejected yesterday in the round of 50. Surprisingly, huge clubs, UPDF was ejected, Kataka was ejected, Chiinda Boys was ejected, Maroons, surprisingly also was ejected, and Arua Hill was ejected. In some of the results that came through, of course, Zambia played with the Arua Hill Soccer Club, and they beat Arua Hill 3-0, and then we saw Busei Football Club beating Maroons 1-0, and then Soccer Club Tawai lost to there is Villa 4-0, and then NEC won there is Northern Division 2-1, and then Renzori Lions of course beat Chiinda Boys 2-0, and then we saw Dove FC beat Kataka 1-0, and then Pajule Lions Football Club also that is ejected UPDF 1-0. It is very surprising that we're seeing a lot of, I would say, big clubs being ejected by the other clubs.
Yeah, so it's true based on the results just you have given. It's not only Arua Hill Sports Club that has been knocked out of the competition in round of 64. Now the misery keeps on piling on the team Arua Hill Sports Club because it's a second consecutive season. Last season they were ejected out by a team called Tips, a regional league team. Again, also a team that is playing either in regional league or is in 4th division league. That means they need to do something. Now we are summarizing Stanbic Uganda Cup. West Nile, people in West Nile, they also want to know the teams that are playing in regional league, maybe in 4th division league, when are they going to play? For the Machako Central, a team that's playing in West Nile regional league in Nile zone, their game will be on Monday. They will host Soltino Bright Stars. And then on Tuesday, you also expect a very huge encounter between the team Chitara as they will be visiting Nebi Central. So let's finalize with the story about Arua Hill Sports Club. Now,
in the Stanbic Apakwachi, youngsters will also host Boma. There is in 4 days to come on Tuesday, 30th.
Yes, yes, about that. And then, speaking still about Arua Hill Sports Club, let's come to the other part, now leaving the issue of Stanbic Uganda Cup where they were knocked out. Now, Arua Hill Sports Club together with Mbarara City, temporarily, they are not out of the second round fixtures of Stanbic Uganda Cup, which is bouncing back very soon. 1st of Feb is when these games are bouncing back. Arua Hill Sports Club, not there in the fixtures. Mbarara City, not there in the fixtures. Just because of 1 or 2 issues, their licenses have been drawn by FUFA. What is the best strategy Arua Hill Sports Club could come up to see that they get back to StarTimes Uganda Premier League fixtures?
For Arua Hill Soccer Club, their biggest issue, I think, why FUFA came up to withdraw the license, I think FUFA gave in a reason saying that it was because of ownership issues, that Arua Hill Soccer Club didn't come up clearly to put in the owner currently that has Arua Hill Soccer Club. Like Owen had said initially, it was Aita who came up and said he sold the club and all that, and the shares were in the hands of 2 men, yes, of which we saw one crossing to there is a Vipers, which is also a rival when they play in the same league together with there is Arua Hill. So basically, the whole issue of Arua Hill is confusing. We literally don't know who the owner is, but I think this is the exact time that the owner needed to come up and say, I am the owner, and this and this, and that's why we literally saw the CEO who communicated and said that they're going to appeal, and Arua Hill is going to get back into into the second round of StarTimes Uganda Premier League games. Surprisingly, for Mbarara City, I don't know what exactly is happening with them, because if you look at them, to me, I would say Mbarara City has, of course, all the structures.
For Mbarara City, it is the state of their pitch.
Of course, Mbarara has Kacheka Stadium. It's a Kacheka that everyone has known has been a poor Kacheka for quite a long time. Federation has always been giving them that time to be there. Why this time, even the first round, they were also having the same challenge. Later on, they were given. So these are obvious things we already know.
That's exactly
that
what I was saying.
it's coming. It's just, for me, I believe that is just for formality. It has been there for several times.
For some time, yeah, and we all know Mbarara has been hosting games. So it's the same FUFA that has been clearing them.
Exactly. So I don't see anything. Though I did see a post from that is the president of the federation, Ingidia Moses Magogo, saying it's the media that is trying to sabotage and of course spoil football right now. And they don't defend. Even in Europe, the people who broadcast these games are the ones that bring the best view of the games in there. But of course, still, you would see that there are problems that side. But the problems don't come to issues of pitches and the rest, because there's no way that there will be a TV like that will want to show such a game. We were watching a game at Kacheka live on a TV. We were watching a game live at Lugazi, where even it was waterlogged, but the game couldn't be stopped. Is that problem still the media that is supposed to do? Moreover, this is also a television that was showing, which is owned by the federation. So those are some of the things that probably keep coming. And it doesn't stop anything. It's a national thing that you can watch anywhere. So for me, I don't believe, I don't say that, yes, Magogo said this and that, but it is still one thing that we need to point out if we don't say that ABCD is wrong, then there's nothing that will happen still. But it's a good move. I believe games that are supposed to be televised need good pitch, need good surface, and the rest. That's a good move from the Federation of Uganda Football Association and the UPL, of course, Secretariat, and probably the competition committee that is trying to put things to work out well. But all these things to work out well, the implications or what exactly is taken is to be taken serious. And right now, I did see also a journalist saying, let's sympathize with Mbarara City because there's no money in these clubs. Every time sympathy, what will come up? Then that means the next time every club will know they will sympathize with us. That's where the things fall. So for me, I think actions that are already taken always need to be put the right way. If you can throw out Chetume Football Club from big Uganda Premier League back to the big league, why not other clubs? And yet they were in the same clubs. So those are the things, and that's where now the double standards kind of things come in. And I believe if you as an individual, you as the leader wants to have the best, you need to put the right things, follow it up to the last dot. If I'm not mistaken, wait and see whether Kacheka is not going to be approved. Today it's that, but next time you will see it. So unless if they are going to say, now we need to prove Owen wrong today because of ABCD, that's when you will be seeing. But Kacheka, it's not the first time. We have seen that, where even it is waterlogged and it's muddy, but still games go on. Okay, if you say that is the kind, why don't you stop those games and say, let's play this in another place because it's rainy, we can't play here. So I think for me, it is just one thing, and Arua Hill will get back their license. Mbarara City is going to get back to the play. True. And we shall be seeing the games going on, but I think the people, the legal team, or the action that are already put, yes, I should always be taken serious unless it is fulfilled. If not, then there's no way.
Okay, let's highlight something little about the game between West Nile Province and the Lango Province, which initially supposed to take place tomorrow, but it has been postponed to take place on Sunday because the burial for Honorable Cecilia will take place tomorrow. May her soul rest in eternal peace. And this game, Susie, it has been postponed. Do you think this will not affect the vibe? Because in the minds of the fans, they had fixed it in their mind that the game is tomorrow. Now it has been moved ahead. Will it not affect the vibe?
Will not affect any vibe that already every other person had. But then, to me, I still see an issue with West Nile Province. By the way, we shouldn't be surprised if West Nile Province won't be able to turn the results, because this time around for them to win, they will need to pull up 3 goals, which to me, okay, the 3 goals would be possible, but where are the 3 goals going to come from? Basically, I was in connection with one of the goalkeepers that actually didn't feature in the game, the first leg that they had in Lira, who traveled last night. That is Norman, and he was like, the team is not yet full, but they're expecting. Now we're only left with today, basically, if the game was going to be there tomorrow. So to me, West Nile Province already, based on the vibe for Fufa Drum in West Nile, has been lost. We literally saw that when actually the team traveled to Lira. Did you see the usual fusos and the trailers and all that traveling? No, they did not. Basically, the people who traveled this time around were people from outside West Nile that actually didn't know what was happening in West Nile. We literally saw, and one of the people that you hosted the other day in the leadership of the drum, West Nile, clearly told you that they had people coming from where? Ajuma, Nebi, and Moyo. They did mention Arua, but then initially the biggest population used to come from Arua, so the vibe is already lost, and I really don't know what will happen on Sunday, but it's going to be a little bit hard for West Nile to turn up that goal difference.
And eat with it food and come back. How many people went? People spend over 200,000 in a club just here in Arua, one person. couldn't they go? So it shows us something that is not real.
Owen, does it mean losing meaning?
It could be.
In the next 5 years, you will not see the vibe of the tournament anymore, and
Yeah, true.
Federation of Uganda Football Association maybe will be thinking about another thing. Because my issue is that the first time we thought this would come is it would bring nurturing young talent, because if that is really what the federation wants, celebrating, don't we have boys who can play and they celebrate still ancestry? Because these are still going to be the same local people in their vicinities, in their regions. Why don't you have them play? I remember asking them that question at Hilltop when they had a moment. Why wouldn't we have such nature of people have their games, play? Let's say people from regional league, people from the region, people who even don't have clubs, identify the best. Tell regions, do you identify the best? We have seen this happen in clan footballs. We have seen this happen here. People identify with different young talented. Now, if you look at the Allure games, they don't want people who have licenses at first. And that's where people can spot and get the best talent. There are some hidden talents there. If that is what the federation would bring on board, I think it would be very genuine. It would add something. But for me, I looked at it that there's something called money making. That has also come in, I think, because for a star player to come. Yes, some people, the answer I remember Madam Aisha gave us was like, some people don't see these people, they don't see the Shabans, but that's the time they can get. Why don't you invite them as guests so that people come and see them during the awarding ceremony?
You know what? People are thinking that Western Nile province will be split into sub-provinces, whereby Allure Kingdom will be having its own province, Lugbara will be having its own province. You talk about Teredians, you also mentioned Kakwa. Well, that one really be a very good idea.
What sense does it make anyway? Because West Nile is so special, it's not like others. Yes, we could say Busoga has, eastern side has a lot of splitting, but because people speak, now for us here we have Allure, we have Kakwa, we have Kebu, we have Madi, we have even like 2-3 Madis in there. How are we going to split it?
So
you have Lugbara, you have the Nubian, which is here. What are you going to speak? You have Teregians, you have Maracha.
And some of these sub-provinces, they are not even talented in players.
No, it's not about the talent, but we're looking at, so what are you going to say? The province, the greater Madi sub-region, you have the greater Luru, the greater Lugbara, the greater Kakwa, the Kakwa. What sense with it? So I think West Nile, from where the bridge is up to the last moment, that's where we are. From Pakwach to Jumani, we are still West Nile. The only thing is that the togetherness. Although we have the split, I don't think it makes a big sense. But the only thing is the togetherness. So the togetherness is that West Nile also has a hatred.
Yes.
We hate ourselves.
That is true.
That is the reason why people are thinking about, let's split, let's do this, let's do this. But if we're together like the first round, who complained? Everyone was in this. We saw people from Jumani, from Moyo, go in Fusos, go in a lot of buses. We saw people from Nebi, Paida, Zombo moving in this. We saw people from Dramachako and the rest of the parts coming in here. And that is it. The only thing is leaders. Let's unite all these people. And that's the reason why I think games are being moved. Now, it has forced even the region to see that they are going to take even games to Koboko, to Maracha because of that. But where shall we hit the standards? And that's where the federation is going to lose it. Because we are going to say, because of now we want to balance the things, because of sympathy, we have to take games to Maracha. Which pitch are we going to play in? We are going to say we take to Koboko. Which pitch are we going to play in? We saw when we took Nebi, people came back with negative ideas. Hey, we lost because the pitch was poorly and this and that. Those are the excuses that will still be coming. But because the leaders thought we need to balance and balance to sympathize with the rest of the region. So that is the thing. Just be united. If it is West Nile, we are playing at green light, let's use green light. If we are using Paridi, let's have the best also. Let's have the best and market the West Nile. But If we are going to say, okay, next time we will also say want in Madiokolo. I don't know where we are going to play, but we shall also want.
You will tell us the pitch we're using at Madiokolo.
Summarize with the draws in the round of 16 of the ongoing African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. Morocco has been drawn against South Africa. Nigeria will take on Cameroon. Senegal welcomes Ivory Coast. Egypt takes on DRC. Angola has been drawn against Namibia. Meanwhile, Equatorial Guinea will face their brothers called Guinea. Cape Verde takes on Mauritania. And the last game will be a game between Mali taking on Burkina Faso. And round of 16 is kick-starting tomorrow with a game between Angola and Namibia. Susie, summarize with the AFCON.
Of course, AFCON, these are going to be tough games, and basically, if you look at the draws, you'll get to see that the teams that are literally qualified in the last round, okay, the last set of games that were played to see teams that can push it through to the round of 16 are literally qualified tricky bear. I would say it wasn't a smooth one. So basically, this equally is going to be a very tough round. If you look at the teams now, I would say it is the best of the best that have pushed it through to there is a round of 16 that actually comes up tomorrow, unless Owen equally has a few things to put on the teams.
I just want to talk about these teams tomorrow because it needs a lot of time because of a few things here and there. But of course, teams like Algeria who fired their coach after, of course, the Balde was fired. Those are signs that they needed it. We did say Ivory Coast the same. So a lot of things that are coming in there. So AFCON needs a lot of time, and it's in a break. Round of 16 is coming, so we shall be talking much about it because the game is still going to continue. I want to say before I get off, Jurgen Klopp finally confirms his exit in the summer. After this season, he will be saying bye-bye to Liverpool, and that is one big thing that we shall